This is your guide to subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. In our first example, we see that the two denominators are the same. Therefore, this is quite a quick example to do, as if the denominators are the same, we can just subtract the two numerators, so 5 take away 1 is 4, and the denominator stays the same. Always worthwhile checking, 4 of rate, can it be simplified? It can. That simplifies down to a half, because we can divide the top and the bottom there by 4. In our second example, the denominators now are not the same. So what we need to do here to start off with is find the lowest common multiple of 8 and 3. So the smallest number that is in both the 8 and the 3 times table. This number is 24. So we need to find two equivalent fractions that have 24 as the denominator. Well, what do we do to 8 to change it into 24? We would have to times it by 3. So we also have to do that to the number at the top, the numerator. 7 times 3 is 21. For the second fraction, what do we do to 3? To change it into 24, we would have to multiply it by 8. So we do the same to the number at the top. So 2 times 8 is 16. We can then subtract the two fractions. 21 take away 16 is 5. And the number at the bottom, as long as it's the same in the question, stays the same in the answer. The final part is to do this with mixed numbers. Now this is probably the trickiest part. So if we take these two slightly separate, if we start with the fraction part, 1/3, take away 3/5. We can't subtract these as they are now because the denominators are different. The lowest common multiple of 3 and 5 is 15, so we're going to change both of these fractions into something over 15. What do I do to 3 to make 15? I'd have to times by 5, so I do the same to the number at the top. 1 times 5 is 5. What do I do to 5 to make it into 15? I'd have to times by 3, so I need to do the same to the number at the top, the numerator. 3 times 3 is 9. Now if you notice here, we're going to end up with something a little bit different. 5 take away 9 would give us -4. And the number at the bottom would just be 15. If we then bring in the whole number part of the question, this might help us with the negative fraction here. Well, 5 take away 2 gives us 3. What we then need to do is take 4/15 away from 3. Well, 3 take away 4/15. It's almost like saying we need to take one of these whole numbers here and take some part of it, a little fraction away from it. So this is going to leave us with 2. And if I take 4/15 away from a whole thing, I'll be left with 11/15.